Sometimes I think, but then I eat sand. Welcome back to Cave Colonization, episode 74. Something I noticed between this episode and last episode is if you press this button, it flips that trapdoor and that trapdoor. It's perfectly harmless, but it's kind of funny. Alright, we are over here today, here being next to this artificial river I have created. I'm going to show myself building this river. I've replay modded a little bit of it, so I'll have to edit that together. So you can kind of see how I built this. The first thing I did was map out an area of where I wanted the river to actually be. Next, I added depth to the river by mining out an ass ton of deep slate because, yay deep slate, I already don't have enough of it. Then I mined even more deep slate and replaced it with sand to form the riverbed. I also added little patches of gravel and a couple blocks of tuff for more detail. Then it was time for the fun part, adding water. Oh boy, I love doing this so much. But hey, at least now it's a river. Once the water was in, I bone mealed the riverbed to get some seagrass. I also added some coral and some sea pickles and bits of glowstone to provide light in it so it wasn't so dark. The last thing I did was re-add the water where all the fish were dying from in the train station episode, and I touched up a couple of other things, but that was the river basically done. Alright, I have touched it up a little bit since the last recording the replay mod. Oh, Glow Squid has somehow managed to die. You've got all of this landing room and you still managed to kill yourself. You probably landed in the water, but then decided that he had enough of life and decided to just give up. I did finish this side here. It looks a little bit weird currently because there's a lot of sand and it's like the only terrain that's not, like deep slate cave stuff. So it does look a little bit weird right now, but hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to finish it off and make it look less weird. But for now, I'm going to start building because I think this is probably going to end up taking me a while. I don't have anything to talk about. That's awesome. But hey, this is the third build. Pretty soon, I'm going to start making like birch pathways to connect everything. So that'll be cool. I guess I should probably talk a little bit about the river. I'm not overly fond of it, honestly. I feel like I could have done a better job. I don't think it's bad, but I mean, I guess it is my first time making an artificial river. I need not that. I need the orange one. There we go. Hopefully I have enough spruce wood. If I ran out, that would kind of be bad. But I think, honestly, this is like probably all that I need. I think I need to... Can I fall down here, please? I think I need to double up these pillars and go across like that. Not entirely sure about that, but hey, I guess I should probably say what this build is, or talk a little bit about the build. And you might know, I don't know what the thumbnail is going to be, but it might have a picture of like, I guess this build's main attraction, which is like the water wheel. Not the first time I built a water wheel. The other one, it was like episode, I don't know, it was the flooded mine shaft. I built a water wheel. This one's similar. It's not exactly the same, but it is pretty similar. All right, I think I have the frame framed out. I guess I should like put in some walls or something. I tried to make this build a little bit more interesting than my usual builds. It has an interesting interior, I think, and it also has like a bit of an exterior, which we'll see later on. Why am I lagging? That's not good. So this is probably going to be one of my better builds, I think, for this floor, despite the fact that we're 3 builds in. But hey, hopefully this one sets like a standard. And why is my game lagging? That's really annoying. Hopefully this one sets a bit of a standard and I start being a little bit more creative with my builds. But this wall is in the wrong spot. Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. We've already screwed it up. I even like mined out the floor already, so I didn't have to do that, and I still managed to screw it up. So I should get some kind of prize, I think, for just being really good. And then we need to switch back over to a different block, which is not going to be in there. It's going to be in here, which is light gray terracotta. I hope I brought enough light gray terracotta. This is the second build in a row that uses terracotta, but hey, you know what? Terracotta is actually kind of goated. I forgot to bring my water bottle down here. I was meant to do that because if you talk for an extended period of time, your throat tends to get dry. At least mine does. So there's should be blocks there. I mined floor 1 block too far this way. That's okay. But yeah, hopefully I still managed to finish the episode strong with my voice relatively intact. Right. I left this wall here kind of as deep slate, but everything else is sand because I wasn't sure how the water wheel would look, but I'll probably have to change that. But I did pack some things to change that into something that would fit a little bit more, I think. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to... Oh no, I can't because the floor is slab. slabs. I was gonna like use a different block for this row that I'm filling in now to save on some light gray terracotta, but since the floor is slabs, you'll be able to see that, so I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could like make it spruce wood, but oh well. Hopefully, I don't think I'm gonna have enough. That's actually really annoying. Yeah, I have one left. That's definitely not enough because there is still a roof. And speaking of the roof, I think I'm gonna build that now just to get it out of the way and see how much terracotta so I can like go get more. So I'm gonna build the roof right now and I'll be right back. I'm back. Finally. It actually took me quite a while. I have good news and bad news. Good news is we're landing immediately. No, I'm just kidding. Good news is I didn't need that much extra terracotta because I built it wrong. It didn't actually come all the way out here. There was this extra little roof bit. I did still need to get a little bit extra. I still need some there, but I think with the amount of windows I have to knock out, I should be just down maybe one, and I'm not too concerned about that for right now. But let's actually start some interior now. I'm hoping my studying has paid off and that I can do this relatively quickly. I think there's something that goes like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll leave it there for now. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I studied the build before I started the episode, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go pretty quickly because I hear a slime. I'm gonna kill it simply because I don't want to have to listen to its annoying noises. Die, die, you stupid, ugly. I'm hoping the little bit of studying I did do has paid off because that would be nice if I can build it quickly because that's less footage I have to edit and also less disk space the recording takes up. I'm a huge fan of having free disk space because it allows me to, you know, disk. I'm gonna do something amazing, right? So I put the campfire down here. I should probably get off of it. And then I put a smoker on top of it. Not okay. I think I put it one block too low. So okay, never mind. Don't watch this. I forgot what I said to introduce it. But okay. So now we put the campfire down. Then we put the smoker. See, now it looks like the smoker is cooked. Okay, I was like, the smoke stopped and I was about to be like, wait, why is it not working? Now it looks like there's something cooking in the smoker. And what are we gonna cook? A dead bush. See, it's dead because it's been on the smoker and the smoker is on. You know, that's like, you know, the whole bit, right? Apparently there's another thing here, and then right next to it is, oh, I opened that and I thought it was my shulker box and thought it was empty. I'm like, what, already? Next to it there's just a corner bush. So sweet. There's more corner bushes in this build than last time. When I mentioned it last episode, I became aware of the fact that I really need to step up my corner bush game, so I decided to fill this one with corner bushes. So you're in the wrong spot then. I don't know. Oh yeah, it goes like, no, it goes like this. Think where I took the screenshot, I'm literally standing on the spot where it should be. No, that can't be right. Hang on a minute. Nope, false alarm. It is right. Apparently, there's just, how did I even place it up there? This episode is already going horribly wrong, and it barely even started, man. Are we for real with this? Alright, I need to like organize my stuff. I'll start by putting my armor on. I guess I'll finish this area first to get some blocks down. So over in this corner, like I said, I became aware of the lack of corner bushes, so I put down more corner bushes in this build than probably was necessary, but you know, you can never have too many corner bushes. This is Dreary Productions, of course. There's kind of two halves to this build. One of them is like the main, I guess, feature of this build, and the other one is like just the living quarters. So I'm gonna build the living quarters first because that way I'll be able to focus and have like free inventory room and put blocks down in the correct spots quicker and faster and painlessly, and cool words, right? So there's a lantern. Why am I having so much trouble putting blocks on top of other blocks today? There's lanterns there to give this world some light, and then I thought I lost my bookshelf, but I didn't lose my bookshelf. I'm gonna have a guess. What do I think goes in there? I think it's this cactus. I think honestly that's the living quarters done. Oh, something I forgot to do is put down these birch trapdoors. Oh, I actually put that there. That's cool. Can I place it on this carpet? Yeah, there we go. What about this scaffold? Nice. So that's like a little rail, and the reason they're on this side is so I can still have a full block here and put stuff down. They're not like that over here because, hey, what are you doing in here? Get the hell out. Sorry, home invader. I'm American, alright? I'm sorry. I see someone invading my home and I just have to, you know, deal with it appropriately. I'm not gonna call the cops or anything. I'm gonna deal with it in American style. Alright, so we have a ladder that goes up to the third floor, if it can be called the third floor. It's a little bit, well that's interesting. It's a little bit, what was I gonna say? It's a little bit small of a floor, I guess. So we got a row there, then a window will go there, then that's a block, so then the floor is this layer. So I'll just put this there like that. Perfect. And I'll put a lantern up here for now, and then I guess I can knock out these 2 windows because I need to, and then I can use this terracotta to go there. I did not see that this entire wall was not filled out when I went and got more terracotta. So whoopsie. All right, I'm gonna do downstairs here. So the whole gimmick of this building is that it's kind of like, in my head, in my notes, I called it a distillery, but it's really not, because I looked up distilling to, you know, do research for this build, because I'm a very historically, where are like my stone blocks? I'm a very historically accurate builder, you know, so I like having my builds be as accurate as possible. Oh wait, hang on, I'm stupid, right? So I may have enough terracotta after all, because there's a foundational layer. I see you. There's a foundational layer made of smooth stone. God, this episode has been so all over the place. I am not like in the right mindset for recording and building quickly cave colonization build. There's still green things moving slowly towards me. Oh, that's a slime ball. No, there's one. It's alive. Got him. Yeah. I don't think there's a back door to this place. Oh, unfortunate. So we'll go around to the front door. There is 2 front doors as well. So there's one there and there's one right here. But anyway, that saves me some light gray terracottas I can use to put up there and finish that wall. But we'll get to that. So this floor is just made of smooth stone, andesite, just in various places. Polished andesite. Go for a little of the polished action, you know. I hope that doesn't mean anything bad. And then stone bricks. What should I put here? Let's put normal andesite. And that's the floor for this. So then over in this corner, we are going to need some light sources. So we're gonna put a trapdoor and a lantern on top of that. Can I put the lantern on top? Yes, I can. First try. Let's freaking go. And then a barrel that's upturned, and a barrel like this, and a barrel like this. Gotta love the like this is coming back into play. So I'm gonna use bamboo because this is a reference to the fact that people... Did I ever actually say what this build was? It was gonna be like a distillery, but it doesn't distill because it just doesn't. It just makes non-strong alcohol, I guess, would be the best way to put it. But anyway, this bamboo, I use bamboo as a reference to the fact that people use bamboo, like the bamboo blocks, not like the individual things like that, as like bottle racks. But I don't have bamboo. What goes there? Is it another corner bush? No, I think it's a spruce trapdoor with another lantern. I don't have bamboo blocks like that, not like bamboo plank blocks, but like just the 9 bamboos together. So I couldn't use that building technique. So I put a bamboo in a flower pot as a reference to that. And I could have done that if I did a cave colonization of 1.20 before building this, but I just forgot. So yeah, that's my beautiful excuse. Oh, I said so yeah. I think it's been a while so I said that. But anyway, we got some grindstones, and the grindstones are in this position because they're meant to be like gears, because outside right here is where the water wheel will come, and it will have this like axle. Not like that. It'll be the other way. It'll have an axle like this, right? So this will connect to the water wheel part. That's meant to like turn this, and like this could be a belt, or these could be gears, and then that could be a gear, and they mesh nicely and move these up and down like a piston engine and grind whatever is in here. You can't dye water in this version either, else I would have dyed it brown. So that's the process. I hope you guys see the vision. Do you see the vision? You better do. If you don't, I really can't help you. You're just lost. There's just no hope. All right, I'm gonna put these down like this. Okay, not like this. I forget they need to be outside here so I get the full block. I didn't do anything with these full block, like there's no carpet, but I will want the full block anyway. Then this little cove area thing, we got some stuff here. Boy oh boy, can I not wait to edit this. Apparently there's something like this. It's gonna be so much fun because my train of thought is going all over the place, and that's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna put down some stuff here. We got some hay bales, bringing in some hay bale action, and we got a dispenser because dispenser is gonna dispense. In this corner, we got a corner bush because I'm DB Productions and we just do. And then on top of it, we got 4 green candles. Oops. And hey, remember like Claude's candles back on the 2nd floor? And Arrow told me in the comments that you can shoot candles with the flame bow to light them. And for some reason, I was just randomly doing that in my main survivor world. Like I put down candles and then I lit them with the flame bow. I was like, hey, I wonder if this works. And that actually does work, so nice. Good job for telling me that, Arrow. I've now learned how to use it. Right, and we can get some extra little shelf action going on right here. Knock this block out because it will be a window. Put our last flower pot down. I hope that's the correct amount of flower pots. I did go back and put down that pink bottom text tulip in the other build, so that's done now. We got a dispenser here, and to be honest, I don't really know what's going on with this right here. Right, it looks like I need 5 grindstones instead of 4, but I miscounted. So, you know what's convenient inconvenient about that, right? This is meant to be a spare grindstone, so let me just unspare it and put it in the action right there. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this contraption, what this does, what these chains do, what that does. I just wanted the wall to look a little bit less boring, and while I'm on the topic of making the wall look a little bit less boring, there is a clock down here that I forgot to put in. I'm aware right now that this episode so far has been a little bit difficult to follow, and I hope I can pull it together a little bit in editing so that it makes sense. There is some kind of cohesion and method to my madness, but I guess we can go to the third floor. Actually, before I do that, let me pull out the windows. I have to find them. They are light gray stained glass panes, so here they are right here. I have a fern, and I'm missing a flower pot. Bruh, I miscounted flower pots twice in a row. It's kind of sad on the flower pot front. Right, can I put this? Yes, I can. Sweet. And then one here and one here. We gotta populate this upstairs, and I know there's a corner bush, but I'm not sure where it goes. From the ladder perspective is where I took the screenshot, so it goes here. And it's the only too high corner bush in this place because it can be too high. Right, and we got a lantern here to provide light. I think it's the only lantern, and then they just got some spare, like, stuff back here. Some spare hay bales, and of course melons, because you make alcoholic drinks out of melons. It's just something you do. But the fern will go here in a flower pot. The normal colored fern bottom text. I think I'm actually done on the interior. Let me put in the windows because I have not done that. All right, yeah, I actually think that's the interior done. So this is my, I guess it's not really a distillery. You could call it a brewery instead. Brewery. I guess that would make a little bit more sense as to like what it is in its current state, because this doesn't have any distills, or no, they're not called distills. This doesn't have any stills in it. So it shouldn't really be called a distillery because it does not distill. All right, but anyway, we were going to do the exterior decoration, and surprisingly the exterior decoration for this one isn't like entirely like devoid of character. There is a little bit of stuff going on. We got this bamboo here, and then first I'm going to do like this upper bit. So I put some things up here like the stairs like I did last time, so that's not really new. But then I did this alternating, I did this alternating thing with slabs and trapdoors, and I already have done it wrong. I brought a bone meal so I could instantly bone meal that bamboo to be as fully grown as it can be, which is that. Apparently it has just decided that it just wants to grow. I forgot that bamboo grows like insanely fast. Then we got a fence and a lantern to light the way. There's no sign here yet. I didn't put a sign for some reason, so there's just no sign. My inventory is such a freaking mess, bro. Alright, anyway, that's this side done. So this is a pretty plain one, but did do this like kind of interesting pattern with some stairs and dark oak trapdoors and slabs, so it's more interesting and more unique than like my other exterior designs, which I think is good. It's good that I'm branching out very, very minimally from my usual boring design, but you know what I didn't do? Branch out very far, because we got the same design here. Let's go. And there's nothing up there because it's a window. Oh my god, another slime. Ooh, big fire explosion. Unfortunately, killing the big one does not eliminate them because it just spawns more, so it actually makes the problem worse, I guess. It causes more infestation than I would like, but oh well. Around back here, there's some more interesting stuff going on. And this is not like an interesting exterior design, it's more just like what I sometimes do, where buildings that have a significantly themed interior just have like spare resources. It is kind of odd for this building to keep stuff out back because there isn't a back door, so there's not really a good way to get the stuff from the back around to the front unless you want to like carry it, which like why would you want to do that? But anyway, we have a little bit more uniqueness going on back here because we've got a mangrove roots, but then it doesn't do this same like slab trapdoor thing. I mean, it does still have this basic design, but those don't go there. They go on the outside. It instead has andesite walls. Whoa, look at that insane design shift. It's wild. It's just like nobody could have predicted this. It's like an MLG play, and then immediately goes back to being normal up here because I am the imaginer and I have the imagination trademark. R. What's the R? Is like registered or something? I don't know. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. Boom. Yay. Same design. We branched out for all of 2 seconds. But wait. What's this? We're gonna do it again, I think. So I need some dark oak planks. We have 2 there. Then we use this, and then we do 2 trapdoors like this that form like a little thing around this window like that. And that's insane. That's 3 unique designs on one building. This is a new record. I think I've done this something very similar to these walls things before, but wow, look at that. Such a unique and diverse exterior for this building. So I'm gonna come around the front because the water wheel is on that side and it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do. I actually forgot I had to do that still. I thought I was like, oh, I'm almost done, but no. All right, so out front we got more barrels. Where's the last barrel go? Right here. I'll just do this side. Look, we got walls and then slabs. Done. Yay, that was cool. And we come back here, we got another hay bale and then another lantern out front so there can be a guiding light. I do still have 2 lanterns. I know where one goes, but I wonder if I just forgot one inside. Probably. I wasn't really paying that much attention. I don't know if it's that obvious, but yeah, I've really not been paying that much attention, but there we go. And we have to come up and do this bit. And how do we do this bit? Looks like we got a stair here, a stair here. Like that, fence here, break this, break that, which is unfortunate because it is a lantern on it. So I'm gonna have to go in there and pick that up. But we grab 2 planks, put them like that, and then there's one more slab that goes like this. I need to stop saying goes like this and like that and like that because that's cringe and bad and not good commentary, but I'm not going to stop doing it because I have nothing else to say. I'm going to cover this entire place with birch wood while I do the same insane trapdoor window trick. Look at that. Oh, I need to do above it as well. I need to like start making sense. Do I though? I don't know. Is it too late at night to be making sense? I guess so. I'm going to find out where this lantern goes. I do need to pick that other one up and put it back though. Where is it? Here it is. I don't see where it goes, so there is a possibility I just miscounted the amount of lanterns that I would need. Alright, so let's do the exterior decoration on this side. It's just this trap door like that, then 2 on the top. It just follows the exact same theme as every other side, so that's good. Did I hear a chicken? Am I just going crazy? I know there was a chicken down here because there was that chicken jockey. I killed the baby zombie who was riding the chicken, but I never killed the chicken, and I don't know where it went. One of the lanterns does go like there. Alright, and we do have one more side to do, so I'll build up here. I think it's just the same as what was like on the other side, like this. We do have a lot of spare like trapdoors and stuff, so 2 of them go here. That okay, not like that, and I'm not gonna be able to pick that up. Brilliant. Where'd it go? Doesn't matter. Really? I was playing like 1.21, and what was nice about playing that version is that there's wind charges. Like when I fell, I could just like wind charge back up. It was really convenient. Disappointing I don't have that ability in this game, but in this version, I mean. I have 1 more slab and 2 more trapdoors. I don't know where they go, nor do I particularly care at this point in time, so. Alright, now we get the fun part, actually building the water wheel, and now I have to remember how it goes. It's pretty simple, and as I said, it was pretty similar to my other one, so let's go. So we have, first off, a dispenser, which is going to need to be against something. Now, all of this river is source block, so that's nice, but we put the dispenser here. We need to stack up anyway. While I was building this, I forgot that the river is like not actually that wide. I purposely left like this flat area here for where this build would be when building the river, but I did not really plan well for how wide the water wheel was going to be. Can I please put this slab down? There we go. So we have that one done, and then we need to do 1, 2, 3 across, and then another dispenser. It's gonna be facing this way, so then build up here, build up off of that grass. I'll fix that later. Here, put the dispenser in. I guess not like that. We can put the dispenser in and then knock this out and got that going. Put in the slabs and like that. So now that's like the, oh my goodness, there's an infestation. Well, I already knew that, but like the infestation has arrived at my doorstep. Go back to the shadows. Speaking of shadows, I did go around here and mine out a couple of the ores. Did light it up, find a couple new bad tunnels, and fought a lot of slimes. I guess the good thing about slimes and their frequency down here is that like when I'm just down here, it's basically just free XP. So I'm gonna build this water wheel now. I think I'm doing it poorly. So I think what I'm gonna do is go down here, and I do need to put this here. And then start at the bottom, do that, and then I can kind of break these, then staircase my way up and out like this. I think so. And then I think go up and in. I think it's exactly like the same frame as the one I did in that other episode. I can't remember if it's like late 30s or early 40s. And like in my head it's like 44, but I don't think that's accurate. I think it's actually still in the 30s, but I don't know. It's either 44 or like 37 or something. Those are like the two numbers that I'm thinking of, but I don't think it's either of those. Not that it really matters, but I mean, it's something to puzzle over while I build the water wheel. Not really doing anything like that interesting right now, just kind of cloning what's on the other side. It does get a little bit close to the side of the building here, so if the wheel does ever start wobbling, there's gonna be a problem there. Thankfully, this is Minecraft, so that won't ever happen. Originally, the wheel was smaller, but then I decided, I was like, I want the wheel to actually be in the water, because before it was like one block in the water, and I decided, well, that's not enough. It needs to be more blocks in the water. Now I'm putting in like the actual paddle parts. Like these are the things that will actually catch the water, I guess, to allow it to spin. If I could just place this in the right spot, that would be nice. I think I placed it everywhere except where I want it to be. Just really, really annoying. Can I reach from all the way over here? I can. Sweet. Okay. I have 3. That's not good. I should have 4 because I've only done 2 of the panels. It must be like underneath or inside the wheel somewhere, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. And then this one goes on top like that. Cool. Okay, I know I definitely had 8 spruce trapdoors, and now where's the last one? Okay, I just picked it up. Nice. Okay, I have to face this way. So this one has less paddles. The other one has 8, I think, but I couldn't be bothered to do diagonal paddles, so this will do. But there's the water wheel, and I should probably like provide like the support, the structure, so it doesn't, you know, collapse. Not that it will, because this is Minecraft again, but you know, points for realism, I guess. I think that's everything now. So I guess I'll just look through my other blocks and find out where they go, but I'll do that after this episode. I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Oh, I think I just found where those trapdoors go, actually. Gimme. Okay, there we go. So that's where the trapdoors go, but I think this is this build done now. I think it's pretty cool. I'm probably going to edit the river a little bit so it's a little bit wider around here, so not completely blocked by the water wheel. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully I can edit this into watchable content. I should be able to. And it looks like I forgot to do up there. Actually, I don't think I ever put decoration in up there anyway. So that's it for this build. Hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.